It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. right here in the Big Apple, New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio, joined by Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. This is America's Popcast. What's the buzz? Tonight, a very special episode. Strange skies over New Jersey. What's
Yeah.
happening in the Garden State? Amelia, what did you do to my state? You sent all them creepy crawlies from Florida up to this beautiful state. And now we're all under a panic. What the hell is happening?
I
Tell
think
everybody
that
why we're talking about strange skies over New Jersey. What's happening?
you're
Tell everybody kind of what led to us, because we weren't going to do a show tonight.
no.
So tell everybody why the hell they were even here.
You have some
I'll shut up.
drones the size of cars appearing at night at your beautiful state.
Yeah, weird stuff,
Yeah.
man. We have they started out calling these things drones, okay? Now, okay, I could deal with, a big drone, but a drone the size of a Tesla or a
Jeez.
Volkswagen, or a Toyota, that's a big ass drone, okay?
Right.
Well, we got drones here. They actually shot one down here in Jersey. You're going to
Wow.
see it. And let me tell you something. It took up, when you see it, you'll understand. It took up the whole back of a pickup truck. I mean, a tow truck,
Yeah,
a
that's
flatbed tow truck. You're going to see that tonight. We're here because my brother-in-law, Scott Gates, one of our finest first responders, EMT and fireman, and does all that kind of stuff. He's like, he's in there, gets his hands dirty when other people don't.
saves lives,
Scott
and thank
said,
you
"Why
for
don't
what
you
you
do
do,
a
Scott.
show?" She interrupts me every night, folks. I swear to you, she does this. I think she does it on purpose
I just
because
want to
she don't
thank
have enough
him.
FaceTime on TikTok where her naked cowboys and Jason Momoa look
Hey,
alike.
just want to thank him for what he does and for saving lives.
After I shut up, you can do that. Oh my God. Anyway, where was thanking Scott. Thank you, Scott. So
Thank you.
Scott, my brother-in-law Scott Gates came up with this idea, well, actually on the show last night. And here's Leon. Leon is here, my boy. Darth Vader is looking for MetLife
Good one.
Stadium. If he's looking for MetLife Stadium, it's up in East Rutherford. I can tell you how to get there.
Go up more.
You can't miss MetLife Stadium. It's the largest football stadium in the country. Anyway, and that's true too. It do you know that monstrosity in Texas called the AT&T Stadium? You know MetLife Stadium is bigger?
Oh my goodness. I
It
can
is. It's bigger. It's bigger by 17,000 seats. That's how much bigger it is.
Wow.
But I digress. We're going to see some strange, odd, weird behavior tonight from shit in the sky that actually I want to tell you, I heard last night, I heard one of these things overhead and I
Oh,
caught a little glimpse of it. At first I thought it was an airplane, but it's not, because airplanes don't move that slow. If they do, they'll fall to the ground. You got to maintain a certain speed just to stay,
geez.
airborne. So what happened last night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and I hear this. I thought it was a helicopter at first.
Right.
So I get up, I stick my head out the window, and I see this thing. And I can't see it real well, but I saw it enough to know that it was going really slow and really deliberate, like over my neighborhood.
Right.
Because I live in a really quiet neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood, good people, and everybody minds their own business. And this thing was like really out of place. And you're going to see why in a few minutes, because I'm going to go right into kind of like what we've been seeing on the news here lately. In fact, you know what, Amelia? That's a really good place to start.
Yes.
But here's the questions that we have been asking here lately. Strange things are happening in the skies over the Garden State, New Jersey. What are they? Where are they coming from? And what do they want? That's the question our governor, the Honorable Governor Phil Murphy, is asking. Who are they? Where are they coming from? What do they want? It's a funny thing that we all talked about one day, about an alien invasion. Everybody laughs, they jokes and
Yeah.
stuff. Nobody's laughing now. Nobody's joking now. The
No.
Pentagon, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security is taking this quite seriously. Let me tell you why. In fact, you know what, Amelia? Better than telling you, let me show you why. Watch
Yes.
this.
Those concerning drone sightings. There are new questions this afternoon and a push to get to the bottom of what's going on.
That's because mysterious objects have been spotted all over our region, from Camden County to Delaware County, even in Philadelphia's Mayfair neighborhood. Now some lawmakers in New Jersey are demanding action from state leaders to figure out what's going on. Action News' Walter Perez went looking for answers today. He joins us now live. What did you find out, Walter?
Well, Brian and Sarah, as you mentioned, we've been getting reports from here in the city, in Broomall, Media, Delaware County, all across New Jersey, including near military installments and Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. And after speaking with local officials and federal officials, we can tell you we have no idea what's going on. Action News has been receiving a lot of viewer video like this one showing mysterious drone activity in the skies above the Delaware Valley. In fact, this has been going on for weeks. Still, no one seems to know exactly what is going on.
It's highly unusual, Walter.
Maureen Rush is a 45-year law enforcement veteran and president of the Philadelphia Police Foundation. She says it's important to note that many of the sightings include commercial-grade drones, some as large as small airplanes, not the kinds used by hobbyists. Her other concern
is there are multiple drone sightings, and they're almost in a flock. If they were geese, they would be in a flock. And that's what's really unnerving for people.
Now, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has publicly stated that this drone activity does not pose a public safety concern without offering any further explanation. And State Senator Doug Steinhardt says that's simply not good enough.
There's an absence of a lot of credible information and answers from some of our state leaders, especially in New Jersey, that there's nothing to see here or nothing to worry about. Doesn't help allay anybody's concerns.
And Steinhardt says he's not just speaking as a lawmaker, he's speaking as a witness.
I walked out on my front porch last night and saw what looked like drone activity to me. I've seen airplanes cross the sky before, and this wasn't that. So
I have a question regarding that.
Yes.
I just realized something. I didn't hear this before when I watched this news report. The governor said, and I don't know how he could even say this. The governor said, Governor Phil Murphy said, that they pose no threat to the public. Well, how can you say that confidently when you also say in another breath, we don't know what they are or where they're from? Well, then how the hell do you know that they're safe?
Exactly. How does he know until they
unless Amelia, like you said before we went on the air, unless they had a heads up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they would have known that this was going to happen ahead of time.
Tell everybody. Let's talk about that. You and I. We'll come back to this.
Yeah.
To this in a second. Tell everybody what we're talking about. Good.
Yeah, because think about what's going on right now. The shooting of the CEO happened, and then all of a sudden, these drones, which are called now UFOs, are all over the sky for the past week now.
That's another thing. Thank you for saying that. They started out calling them drones. And even Amelia will tell you now the news is calling them UFO. The governor calls them UFOs.
Right.
You're going to hear him say that. Go ahead, Emil.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden this is going on. And remember how they will try to do something with the left hand to not tell you what the right hand is doing? The government. And
I
they'll
love Leon. He said Biden told Murphy to say that.
right? Hide something
Good
from you
job,
and tell
Leon.
you.
Good. Well, Murphy, my governor, is a Democrat, by the way. So.
Yeah, there you go.
And
And
he's very good friends with the president. So.
there, yeah, it's and hiding meetings behind closed doors, having meetings
Yeah.
all this time for the past 2 weeks now.
And that's the thing, Neil. They're talking about like 2 weeks
Yes.
that they've been going through this. I mean, we have to understand that, okay, I understand not getting the public upset. I get that. All right. We all get that. But the problem is, how can you confidently say that they don't pose a threat? We don't know that.
You don't. You don't know that until they get
You
that
could
one.
say that, and 5 minutes later,
Here
one
comes
of these things, drops a beam from 10,000 feet. The highest one they captured, that they not captured, tracked. That's the word I'm looking for. The highest one that they tracked so far was 17,000 feet up.
right, or one hasn't landed
The closest one was 400 feet up.
yet. Right.
Like you could touch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could literally just have it. And we don't know what they're carrying. Like you said, it could be a light, it could be a bomb. We don't know.
That's the other thing that we're talking about tonight. What kind of payload do they have? Do they have a payload?
Do they
One
have
thing we know for sure, Amelia, and you're going to see this tonight. One thing we know for sure is that they are loaded with advanced technology. They have cameras on board. There's no propulsion system. You're going to see that when you see the one they shot down. There's no propulsion system. There are no blades. There's no rotor blades. There's no engine. There's nothing that should keep this thing in the air. But how are they flying is a better question. Not
Exactly.
why are they flying?
How are they getting
staying up
flown?
there?
Right.
Let's take a listen to the rest of this story because it's fascinating.
And there were less than a dozen, but more than a half a dozen of those floating around the skies.
Now, Steinhardt has written letters to fellow lawmakers, including Governor Murphy, urging them to convene a bipartisan panel to address the situation. So if anything comes of that, or if we get any information, we will certainly pass it along. Reporting live from Center City, Walter Perez, Channel 6, Action News.
YouTube magic right there. The field's on fire. There was like a craft that crashed out of the sky. It was crazy. I don't know what's going on. Hello, a lot of smoke.
Okay, now let me tell you about this. This is the one they shot down. Okay,
Right.
This is the nighttime. By the way, the police took this video. This is New Jersey State Police video. And if you look at the little thing, you can see it. I digress. This was at nighttime. It caught fire. They put the fire out. They waited till daytime to transport it. You're going to see that too. And that, by the way, that's an airplane, just so you know. Okay, that's an airplane. You can see the wings, you can see the fuselage, you can see the tail light. Not to be confused with the drone or the UFO that doesn't have any wings at all on it. Watch.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Tonight,
I love the fact that somebody put Christmas music to
the new drone mystery, it's widening. Now seen in the Philadelphia area, authorities say large drones were spotted over parts of Philly, Delaware County, and Camden County, New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy says nearly 50 sightings were reported last night. It comes after sightings near President-elect Trump's golf course and a military base in New Jersey as well.
Tonight, an aerial mystery that's been described as unnerving is growing. The FBI now investigating multiple reports of unidentified drones flying.
Tell me if you see a wing anywhere on any of them.
Not
nowhere.
No,
There's
not at
not
all.
a wing or a tail or a fuselage to be
No.
found. Nowhere. You can. The point I'm trying to make here, folks, is you can clearly tell the difference between an airplane and a drone. My suspicion, after hearing somebody earlier, my suspicion is that we're seeing here are two different kinds of sightings.
Yes.
We are seeing UFO sightings and IFO sightings. Okay, let me explain the difference. A UFO is an unidentified flying object. An IFO is an identified flying object.
Trying to confuse everybody is what they're doing.
All right, and then there is a whole nother category called a UAP. Now, let me explain what UAP means. It's unidentified aerial phenomenon. Okay, the word object doesn't appear in it. Okay. That could be anything from the aurora borealis, the so-called northern lights.
A fake one to fake people out.
Yeah, it could be a flock of birds. It could be any number of things. Or it could be a flying saucer from the planet Krypton or whatever the fuck,
It could be the real deal, just trying to blend in with everything to fake people out.
I think that's, Amelia, you just nailed it, because I think that's where we are with this. Let's watch.
Flying over New Jersey, some as large as a small car. And today, a large drone seen here, also described as the size of a small.
Do you see any wings on that thing?
No, I do not.
Thank you. How's it staying up there?
I have no idea. It looks like it's.
You see how big that is? It looks like a friggin' car.
And is that during the day?
That's a daytime shot. Yeah, that happened in the day. About 3:30 in the afternoon, they say.
Could it be solar powered, maybe?
I don't think so, and not that I'm not going to say no to it. I'm going to say I don't think so because there were people who saw the daylight sighting of this thing, and they saw that it was completely shiny all the way around.
Oh, okay.
So there weren't any, solar panels. You know what they look like.
Oh, yes.
And there weren't any solar panels nowhere to be found on this thing. But that's a very good point, though. Thank you for bringing that up.
Small vehicle flying over a California event where Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in attendance.
Oh yeah, that was California.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, wait. Oh no, that was the only one. Listen to this one. Everything else was spotted in New Jersey and 3 in Philadelphia, 1 in California. Okay? 1 in California. In the daytime in California, around 3:30 in the afternoon. Everything else was spotted at nighttime here in Philadelphia, PA, and New Jersey. All up and down the whole state of New Jersey. Watch.
More drones in the sky. Rockaway, New Jersey.
The New Jersey drones, initially spotted in the northern part of the state, now being reported further south. Sightings also now being reported in New York City. Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella calling on the FAA and FBI to expand their investigation.
People have seen a number of 15-foot or so wingspan drones hovering around. In this day and age, I just don't think that that's something you take lightly. If it is, nothing to be concerned about. Someone should come forward and say that.
Residents alarmed by the number of sightings.
One would go over.
There's the triangle, Amelia.
That's the one that I saw here not too long ago.
That's the triangle. Let's watch this. Take another look.
Residents alarmed by the number of sightings.
There it is.
That's
you see that?
That's the one that I saw here in Florida.
People are reporting these triangles by the dozens. There were at least last night alone, there were 49 sightings of UFO drones. Okay, 49 sightings just last night.
Could I ask a question?
Of the reported sightings, half of them were described as triangles with 3 corner lights and 1 center light.
Exactly.
Which is what you described in your sighting.
Sightings.
One would go over, and then the next one would come, and then the next one, and the next one. So it wasn't like there would be 20 coming at one time.
Jonathan Lace, a pilot himself, shot this shocking video overnight of multiple car-sized drones near the Essex County, New Jersey airport. So concerned by what he saw, he contacted the FAA.
What's been probably the most alarming thing to you?
Wow.
As a pilot, I can tell you that when you're about to land, the last thing you want to see is something hovering in front of you.
What is that?
With many questions and few answers, residents and officials alike on high alert as the mystery in the sky deepens. George Solis, NBC News, New York. Tonight, the investigation into reports of small car-sized drones hovering over New York and New Jersey is deepening.
Oh, it's slowing down.
Tonight, authorities in Toms River, New Jersey, launching their own drone offensive for a closer look. Their eye in the sky, capturing one of the drones in motion.
You're not targeting or going after them, so to speak.
Now, I want to point out to those of you, this here, I'm going to go to chat real quick. Oh, Kenneth Jarrett Singleton.
Hey, Kenneth.
Maybe Russia is giving America a taste of its own medicine. Yeah, no shit, Kenneth. That's a whole show by itself, brother. I got news for you. A lot of people, I will bet you $1,000 that a lot of people don't even know what Kenneth is talking about. I happen to know what he's talking about. And let me tell you something. If this country plays around the way it is, we're going to get slapped on the ass butt with a big old Russian hand. Let me tell you something. Because this is for real. All right, this what you're looking at here is I believe it's the Somerset, New Jersey Police Department. You're looking at a police officer.
Okay.
His department has set up a drone reconnaissance mission. They want to go up. They're setting their own drones up to see what this thing looks like. Now, you'll see the size of the drone they're using, right?
Right.
Okay, watch.
Is there a methodology and reason why?
Well, right now we just want to identify what it is. The way it was explained, they're 2 feet bigger than our drones, or 2 times the size rather, so they're about 4 feet, and it looks like it's a fixed wing type.
Look at the size of that drone.
Yeah.
The one we saw looked like a car.
It's like 10 times.
It was like 15, 20 times bigger than that. At least that large. Let's watch.
Craft. What concerns us mostly is that at this point, nobody's seen any of these units taking off or landing.
This is a significant threat to U.S. national security.
Retired 4-star general and NBC News military analyst Barry McCaffrey tells NBC News there's good reason why local and federal agencies are treading carefully.
When you see something of this capacity, you wonder why it would be needed. What are they doing? It implies a heavy payload, and a heavy payload would be either something dangerous, a bomb, but in this case, surveillance of some sort.
And that's what we talked about just a few moments ago. A payload, surveillance, a bomb, some kind of chemical weaponry. Okay. Here's the interesting thing that everybody points out. Nobody sees them take off, and nobody sees them land.
Right.
Okay? If someone, let's just assume for a minute, somebody is playing a practical joke, okay?
Right.
Somebody with a lot of money is playing a practical joke, okay? Let's just assume this for a minute. Okay, they have a lot of money. B, they have a huge place to store these things. C, they don't worry about getting caught.
No.
Clearly. And maybe D, maybe they don't care even if they do get caught. Maybe they got so much money, they don't give a shit.
No.
I don't think that's the case, however.
Mm-mm.
Because at some point they got to come down and they got to go up. Well, guess
Yes.
what? None are coming down and none are going up. They're airborne already. They're coming from somewhere. Here's the thing. Every drone, this is what nobody's ever addressed this. Of course, that's why I'm the mad dog. Nobody has addressed this. Every drone, you have to individually control each drone with its own remote control.
Exactly.
Okay? In other words, here's what I was looking for.
Mhm.
Okay? This remote control controls that drone over here. This remote controls the one over here. So you got two of these bad boys. Two remotes, two drones. There's at least 500 that they know of, these drones, that have been over the last couple of weeks. At least 500 that they counted. That means there's got to be 500 of these.
Right.
Unless some technology is controlling them beyond our knowledge, or they're being driven individually. Somebody's inside each one. We know that's not the case because they shot one down and there was nothing but a big hunk of metal and a camera.
Yeah.
No blades, no motor, no propulsion system. How the hell did this thing stay in the sky? Had to weigh at least 5,000-6,000 pounds.
Yeah, and doesn't each one of them have to have like their own little brain, and then of course maybe
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, man.
And they have to have like a motherboard, like maybe a main chip.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen to me. Look.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your phone. Here you go. It's
like a black
your
box.
phone.
Yeah.
Think of your phone. You have a phone number, right?
Right.
One number, one phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
One brain, one drone. Okay. There's at least there's over 500 that they talked about. That means there's got to be some elaborate, ridiculously elaborate system that's controlling these fuckers. My first F-bomb of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not just like popping up. They're coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows what they want. We asked the question before.
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Where are they coming from? And what do they want?
Can I also, do you think that these are linked to the ones that they found like in India and Asia and all of these other different countries? Do you think they're probably coming from there?
I think they're all connected. Yep. I believe that. Thank you for bringing that up. A lot of people didn't think about that.
Mm.
I thought about that. The first thing I thought of, I wonder if they're all connected. We don't know.
Because think about it, because they first started in those other countries, and then now they're here in the States. But why?
But the thing is, here's the thing, though, Amelia. You have to remember something.
Mm-hmm.
Every drone only has a certain limited range.
Right.
It can only go so far. Remember something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with the remote. If you take this remote, if I take this remote control and try to turn on your television from here,
right,
it's not going to work. Even though you're right there, it's not going to work.
Unless, too, we also got to think if there's been some ships that brought them in from other countries, shipped them in, too. You never know.
No, but something like, let me tell you something. If all of these drones came in, shipped in, somebody would have noticed, somebody would have said something, somebody surely would have tried to steal one.
Oh, yes, of course they would have.
Okay? So we know that scenario is out. Either Phil Murphy tipped the hat. Either Phil Murphy tipped the hat and said they pose no threat, which means he knows something that we don't, number one. Or number two, he's fucking clueless as the rest of us. And I'll be honest with you, I think he's clueless as the rest of us because I don't think he knows. I don't think they go to him. I'm sorry, sir, governor, sir. We don't know what these are. Well, you better damn well find out because I have a state to run and my citizens are fucking panicked.
And you live in that state.
And I live in this state and I've been hearing this shit around here, okay? I'll go outside tonight and I'll probably see 2 or 3 of them. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my phone outside and I'm going to go video. I'm going to sit. I'll sit outside for a while. But it won't take long. You sit out there for 10, 15 minutes, you'll see something. Oh, I'm not even kidding.
Scary thought that something like that could be right there, and then all of a sudden you hear something just fall right from them.
Where my brother-in-law Scott lives, okay? He lives 5 minutes from 3 abandoned military sites.
Oh dear.
Literally 5 minutes from his house. 3 abandoned military silos that had missiles in them. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
All right? Step out of his front door, you'll see them all over the place. All over the place. Okay? Nobody knows. Where are they coming from? No one knows. Okay, we got to talk about this. Amelia, we got to, damn, I just went right through our commercial break. I sure the hell did. Oh, but before we do, let me do this. The Eurosync missile, which hit Ukraine recently, breaks into multiple systems, which are programmed to behave on their own. Oh, no shit. No doubt you could probably put the same tech. Yep, you know what, Kenneth? You sure the fuck could, brother. You sure the hell could apply that principle. We'll talk about that. You know what? He brings up a really good point. We're going to talk about that right after this. Take care, folks. We'll be right back.
So, you've got an idea for a business, the store you've been dreaming of. It's going to be amazing. There's just one thing to figure out: everything. With Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform, you can set up your online store fast, reliable, and no coding required. Create your unique brand with custom templates and themes. Sell online, in person, and anywhere else the future might hold. And manage it all from a single place. It's why every minute of every day, something amazing happens.
I just made my first sale!
A new seller makes their first sale with Shopify. Ready to set up shop on marketplaces and social? We're here for it. Need partners to help source products? We've got apps for that. Maybe you want to sell in person. Right here with you. You can even tap into tomorrow and accept over 300 digital currencies that we support. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify.
And we are back on WWTF Radio, 88.7 BRS around the world. We're live tonight. Drones over New Jersey. Strange skies over New Jersey. What are they? Where are they coming from and what do they want, Amelia? And why the hell did you send them up here from Florida? Or your creepy crawlies just sent them up here. What the hell is that?
Maybe the hurricanes did. I don't know.
I'm going to smack his with my Jeez. All right, so let's talk about Kenneth Jarrett Singleton, who I think is fucking brilliant. Brings up a really good point. He says the Ortek missile, which hit the Ukraine recently, breaks into multiple systems which are programmed to behave on their own, which is true. No doubt you could apply the same techniques to drones. Let's talk about that. We talked about this with using the remote, that one remote, one drone. Same thing, one remote, one TV, one phone number, one phone, right?
Right.
Is it possible to clone your phone? Yes, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got two phones now that ring on the same number. All right, so, but the problem with drones is they are programmed to act independently. In other words, if you take one remote that's programmed to operate two drones, those drones are going to behave identical. They're going to go the same place, the same angle, the same turn. They're going to do everything in unison because they're controlled by one remote.
Right.
Unless there's a way to split that with two remotes, which is the common sense thing to do, like one remote, one drone. Okay. How do you do that with one remote with two drones? How do you make them act independently? What kind of technology would you need? I mean, we're thinking, I think it's great that we're thinking outside the box,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that we're thinking in terms of what's possible. We don't know what's possible because we don't know what these things are.
No, you don't. I mean, you would
Okay.
need several little icons to be pressed at the same time for them to be all moving like that. You'd have to
Yeah.
have one big tablet probably to have them go.
Exactly. It's like a giant computer brain.
Exactly.
All right, Amelia. Let's. I'm going to ask you because since we're just a kind of you and I here tonight.
Mhm.
Because we're going to see another video. We're going to be here for a little bit, probably until about 8:30 or so. Because this is a really a good show. And I'm enjoying myself. I don't feel like leaving yet. What are your thoughts on? Forget about what they want. Forget about where they're from. Forget about how they got here. What possible reasoning would a drone that size, what purpose would it have, like flying over a residential? You see where they're flying over houses, over people's houses.
If it was somebody like, maybe not to scare you at first, maybe to show you that they're there. If it's like unidentified flying object, to say that, maybe to test, maybe they're tester UFOs, maybe it's a military thing. You never know what they're doing, but they're not telling
If it's a
you.
military thing, then why would the military deny their presence?
Because
Wouldn't they say, what if the military were honest, wouldn't they say we're testing out some technology?
Military, be honest,
They do it all the time.
Not
They
unlikely.
They do it here all the time.
But
All
if
the time.
But if it's something that they're trying to, if it's an identified thing, it could be something that they're testing, could be unidentified to scare people, but they're not telling you a reason. They're hiding something.
No, yeah.
The government is telling you, hey, look over here, look what we're doing to tell you what we're not doing.
While you're looking over here,
they're doing something over there.
That's what they do.
Yes, exactly.
Joe Biden did that in 2020 with his election.
Yeah, exactly.
While they were busy blaming Donald Trump for destroying the universe, because they blame that man for everything, including killing
Under
Jesus
the sun,
Christ.
lifting up the rock. Yeah, because of that. Yes. And
While they were doing that, Joe Biden was stealing the fucking election.
Yes.
And it's happened before, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this meal.
Now investigating.
Oh my God, here we go.
What is that?
Officials admitting they can't say for sure what the flying objects are, some saying they're the size of a small automobile. In a statement, a New Jersey police chief saying their presence appears nefarious in nature. The concerns reportedly being discussed behind closed doors on Capitol.
What's up with the mysterious drones that have been flying over New Jersey for weeks?
I'm not even kidding. It's like the size of our RV.
There's 3 right there.
There's a third. This is insane.
Groups of drones have been spotted flying over parts of northern New Jersey at night. And from what we can tell, it's been going on for at least 2 weeks. One resident says he's seen the drones almost daily, sometimes as many as 8 at a time. He estimated the larger drones to be the size of a car. The FBI has confirmed they're looking into it, but say they don't have any specifics to share as of Monday morning. Have you seen groups of mysterious drones in your area?
The drones in New Jersey and more. What can you tell us? What is going on and why is it taking?
By the way, the person you're looking at right now is the Honorable Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey. Thank you, Governor, for legalizing marijuana in my state. My daughter is grateful for that. I am thankful for that as well. Shut up, Millie. Let's listen. What's the governor got to say? Oh, and keep an eye, folks. Those of you watching on one of our platforms, our video or television platforms, take a look at what's above the governor. Go ahead.
So long to come up with an explanation.
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say most importantly right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety.
We don't see any concern for public safety. Keep that in mind, Amelia. Watch.
Number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had
either you're being sincere for the first time in your life or you're a lying piece of shit.
Yeah, he talks very calmly.
We'll find out. I don't think he's lying about this one because we know our governor. We know when this guy's lying. Of course, he won't look at the camera.
Last night, 49 sightings. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day. I'm hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something, and we'll continue to do everything we can with our federal partners to get clearer answers.
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
Bye-bye.
And, we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we need more, and that was my plea.
Okay.
There it is.
He said we've gotten cooperation from the feds, but we need more.
More.
That tells me a lot. It tells me that he's asking questions that they're not answering.
No.
Now, folks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amelia.
Because it looks like a lot of those drones look so different, or UFOs. It makes me wonder if they're putting the fake ones with the real UFOs to hide it.
Somebody else said that too.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that on the news. They said there's way too many variations.
Yes.
That they're coming from. Someone believes. Hear me out now. Someone on the news, I wish I remembered his name. Oh, man. But he said he would not rule out or discount a group of people involved in this.
Yes.
But that still doesn't answer. How are they going up and where are they landing? Because nobody is seeing them go up or come down. And they're tracking them. And that's the thing. Everything that they're tracking is airborne.
Yes.
They're not coming down. how long can a drone stay airborne before it's got to like recharge? I guess is the
Right.
word I'm looking for.
If it is a drone.
If it is a drone, true.
Mhm.
Now, speaking of, is it or is it not? I'm going to show you a piece of film here, a piece of video of a drone that was shot down last night. You saw the fire, you saw the crash.
Yes.
Here's the daytime. Watch this.
Wow. That's huge.
By the way, it's still smoldering. Do you see it?
Yes.
It's still smoldering. Watch this. I'm going to show it.
It's huge, but the whole back of the truck. What?
I'm going to show it again. Watch. Amelia, tell everybody what we're looking at.
It's on the back of the truck. It's the drone, or actually UFO, that they shot down, and it looks like a Tesla to me.
Well, there's only one problem with that.
Mhm.
I want you to look at it. Don't they look like windows all around?
All around it, yeah. It's like
And
it's
by the
all
way,
around. It's metal and windows
yeah.
all around.
And
the
by
top.
the way, I just want everybody to know it's round.
Yes.
It's perfectly round, and it's taking up the entire back
The bed of
a
the
flatbed tow truck. And this thing ain't. This is not a small object. It looks like it weighs several thousand pounds.
tons.
It's
Yeah.
big. It would easily fit people in it. Easily. Let's watch. So what do you make of that?
It looks like it does not look like a drone. It looks like a UFO, an unidentified flying object to me.
Thank you very much.
And they did keep surveillance around it, right? Make sure that nothing came in or out.
Oh my God. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Oh, for sure.
Hopefully. Because it's
Here
like,
you
okay.
go. Here's Kenneth Jarrett single. Nothing to see here, just a flying saucer. I mean, look,
Yeah, it
let's
is.
just look at it. Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, here you go, Gov.
We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we
And
need
that's
more.
on
and
top
that
right
was my
there.
plea.
That looks like a show that we did once.
Oh, there it is. There you go. It's a round. It's a you call it what you want. It's a flying saucer.
Yeah.
It's round. It's got some kind of portal around it, some kind of like window, if you want to call it a window.
Yeah.
But it's clearly big enough for someone to fit in.
At least 2 to 4 people, maybe.
At least
Maybe.
2 to 4 people.
Could be more.
Well, it's.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. How big is that flatbed? It's probably about 12 to 15 feet across.
Maybe
it's probably
4 people.
about 15 feet long. Or maybe 12 foot across, maybe 15 long. But this object on the back of it is taking up the entire truck.
Yeah, definitely 4 people, probably the most.
And it's round.
Mhm.
Oh, ruffians here. They would have to be midget pilots. Remember something, Ruff? Remember something, ruffian? The average alien gray is only 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So we need to remember that. The average alien gray is only 3 feet tall. Let's continue.
What is it? What are you? Why are you so...
Now, I had to put this one in here, folks. I had to because it made me laugh, okay? This woman here, God bless her heart, she thinks that she's looking at something from outer space, okay? I'll tell you what she's looking at in a moment, but you'll probably figure it out in about 10 to 15 seconds. Take a look.
Why are you so close to my house right now? Like, why? What are you?
What the fuck?
Show the
What you're
dollar to
looking
the
at,
dollar.
ladies and gentlemen, is the Somerset, New Jersey Hospital medevac helicopter.
You did that to show the people the difference of the sound, though,
The
too.
difference in the sound and the sight.
Yes.
The sound and the sight. But mostly listen to the sound that made and listen to the sound the other ones, which is hardly any sound at all. Was more of a hovering sound than a helicopter, you know. But that's watch it. Look at it.
It's like definitely not a drone. It is definitely like a plane or something.
Yeah, I hear that sound all the time around here.
Helicopter, lady.
The FBI's in on this right now. They don't even know what it is, the FBI, they said. How is this possible?
How is it possible? Because you're stupid, lady. That's
Yeah,
how
I know that sound because I hear at the hospital's not too far from my house. So I hear the helicopter above my house all the time.
Watch. Okay, now you heard that. Now listen to this. Big difference. Big difference. You hear that humming sound?
Yeah. Oh yeah, plain as day. It's like you can hear the difference.
You can clearly hear the difference. Now, I want the guys in our chat room to, Ruffian, let me come here, Rep. Consider these to be the first steps to luring the public into a fake alien invasion. Oh, wait a minute. Jeremy Corbell talked about that today, too, him and George Knapp. And I'm sure you guys know who Jeremy and George are. I've talked about them on the show a lot. I want you guys, because I got some really smart people on the show, Bill. You heard this, no? So don't say nothing yet. After it plays, you can tell everybody what you think. But let's listen to this, you guys, and tell me what you think.
Aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the
Okay, so he says they are interdimensional. He doesn't say they're from outer space. He says they're interdimensional beings. That's the first thing that caught my attention. The second thing he said, and Amelia, we talked about this before the show went on.
Yes.
He also said they're not what they claim to be. Well, here's my question. How do you know what they claim to be? Unless you spoke to them, and then that's a whole
nother show.
That's a whole nother show. Because then we're talking about, okay, well, maybe we need to send him to see like a really good doctor, you know?
Or they beat him
Ruffian
up.
says, I remember this tape from years ago. Totally believe it, the relocate. Yes, this was from, by the way, this was from Coast to Coast with Art Bell. Am I right about that, Ruffian? I believe it was Bell, Art Bell, and Coast to Coast. And I wanted people to hear that because what they were talking about then is kind of what we're experiencing now. Maybe we don't know how they're landing. He says, yes, sir. You don't have to call me sir. Call me Angelo, baby. Call me Mad Dog. But if you want to call me sir, I'll take it. Let's see. So here's the thing, though, and it's really important. This is not new. This is not a new thing here. The notion of an alien invasion is something that has been propagated for a long time. Okay.
Right.
But consider, though, that so many more people are seeing these. Remember back in the day, Amelia,
Yes.
it used to be like, I'll give you the classic example. You guys will all know this. You'll all know this. Travis Walton, okay? Travis Walton saw a UFO. He claims to have been abducted by the UFO. And 7 days later, they drop him back off. That was the basis of the film Chariots of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Also, the basis of the documentary called The Travis Walton Story. Travis Walton was one person. One person. Okay? His friends peripherally were with him. He wandered off. He gets abducted, so-called, right?
Right.
His friends leave. He doesn't come back for 6 or 7 days later. Did he get abducted, or did he just get lost in the woods for a week? That's the question. Don't answer it. Here's the problem. Only Travis Walton testified to the story. Now, in New Jersey, it's not one person or two people. You're talking about 50, 60, 70,000 people are seeing these things.
Mm-hmm.
And not one or two objects. 500, 600 of them. And not small objects. We're talking about as big as a fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Look at I'll show you again if you want to see it. The back of that truck, Amelia, tell everybody what the back of that truck looked like.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, you could fit a whole car in the back of it, and that's what it did. It fit the whole thing. The bed of that truck, it was the whole thing, the whole UFO. It also was when it first started, these drones, UFOs, was there like 10 of them, and then it grew as 20, 30? I mean, did it start growing within the week or days?
Yeah. Leon and Rosie say only demons would claim to be what they're not. But here's the thing, though. In this particular, and I agree absolutely, Leon. Mm-hmm. But the problem in this case is nobody's claiming to be anything.
Because nobody's coming out of these things.
Because we don't know what the fuck we're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, right? Because this started off small.
We don't know what they are.
Right? It started off with like 5, and then it grew to 10, 20, 30.
Last night alone, just in my county, which is called Camden County,
mm-hmm.
just in Camden County last night, 49 sightings verified. But wait a minute. There are 72 counties in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 72 counties, and some very big, some very small. But there are 72 counties in New Jersey. Okay?
Right.
Every single county has reported a sighting.
Oh,
every single county.
So the whole state.
From 3 people to 20,000 people. Okay? Because that's how big these counties are. There are counties with 30 people in the whole county. I live in a county where there are 2 million people. Okay?
Right.
49 of them reported these things hovering over their houses. Of course, they're coming down low. All right? We're talking about a lot of people, not a handful of people reporting these. We're talking about, well, you saw the news reports that I showed you tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And one of them looks so strange. The one above the governor. That one was the different one.
That
I've never
was
seen before.
weird. And yeah,
That was too
that
weird.
thing was going this way and was doing all kinds of. I never seen a drone do that.
Never.
I've never seen any kind of drone do that.
That was
Crazy.
unusual.
Amelia,
Yes.
this is officially our last show of 2024. Finally. We're laughing, folks, because it was supposed to be, God,
November.
our last show of. Go ahead, you tell her because I'll
You
just
go
laugh. I'll sit here and laugh. Go ahead.
It was supposed to be the last Wednesday
I'll
of
laugh
November.
and drink my coffee. Go ahead.
It was supposed to be like the last Wednesday of November before Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You hear what she said? Before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That was supposed to be our last show.
Yeah.
That didn't work out too good because then what happened was as soon as we cleared our books, we got this came in and this came in. And then we had to do a special report on the UFOs and a special report on all kinds of
Assassination of the
insurance. The insurance guy gets assassinated in front of his office. And oh, man.
What is this?
And then the guy who kills him is a guy, Luigi Mangione, one of my people. I'm sorry to say that, folks.
Well, that's
back
going
to
to
Italy.
be a question mark because the way he looked when they arrested him, he did not look like to me, I don't think that's him, to be honest with you, that did it.
Wait a minute. Oh, you reminded me. I wanted to talk to you. You just reminded me, Amelia. There's already a Facebook group.
It surprised me.
Not the guy.
Yep, it's not him.
Not the guy.
I have that feeling.
Not the guy.
They got the wrong guy, just like the JFK. They got the wrong guy.
Let's see here. Let's see. Ruffian says, if they fake the moon landing, they can fake this. You're absolutely right. They have the technology to build it, send it out, random spots. Military got infinite budget. Drones do have a very good maneuvering. Yes, they do. Here's the thing. I'll talk about after. We'll do this first. And then Kenneth says, great show. I hadn't heard anything about the recent events you covered. Well, yeah, brother, I got news for you. This is only what we could get our hands on. I want people to know, and Ruffian and Kenneth, Leon, Rosie, I want you guys to know that as we speak, and we've been here for an hour and 5 minutes already, as we speak, I'm not even making this up, but we're still getting information on these drones, even now, as we speak. Because they're still coming in. Still, their information is flowing in as we're reporting this.
Yes,
more info is flowing in. That's both good and bad. It's good because it's a fluid situation, but it's bad for us because we'll be here till tomorrow covering the story.
Yeah, it's bad that it's happening though.
But we have to put a. At some point we have to put a stop to, we have to say, good night at some point, like we should have like 6 minutes ago. Anyway, but since it's our last show of 2024, and we got some big ones coming up in 2025, Amelia's got her own show coming. We got a lot of stuff scheduling stuff. We thought we figured it out already. That didn't work out too good.
Nope. Thank goodness for erasable pens.
Yeah, thank God for erasable pens. And with me, whenever a guest wants to come on, old Motor Mouth says, "Yeah, sure, come on." Because I forget about what we've done already. Because I got so much shit going on in my head.
And then I'm like, okay, I did the poster. He's like, forget it.
No, forget that. Scratch it, Neil.
But I did such a great job on it. Look.
I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, so
we have somebody in the chat right as we're closing, or soon.
Oh, New Zealand.
Hi, New Zealand.
Raglander, New Zealand. I got news for you. This is a fact, and we can verify this because I got the numbers. We were number 1 in New Zealand.
Wow.
For 9 weeks.
Yes.
In 2023. I'm not even kidding. And our friend Jimmy from Down Under, Jimmy Thunder from Down Under, brother, I'm gonna tell you what, you're my good luck charm in New Zealand.
Yes.
I spoke to my agent today. I love him. He's a great guy. He goes, how many, he goes, what kind of demographics do you have, Angelo? Because he don't call me Mad Dog, he calls me Angelo. I said, 15 million point 3. He goes, excuse me? I said, 15 million 3.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, it sounded like you said 15,300,000.
Yeah,
I said, yeah, give or take a couple of 100,000, but yeah, 15 million. He says, is that for real? I said, yeah. If you want the numbers, I can prove it. I can absolutely prove it. I'll send you right up. I'll give you my username and password. I'll let you look.
Yeah.
Okay. I got nothing to hide on this shit. No, for real. For real. We are number 1. We have been number 1 in New Zealand for 9 weeks in a row in 2023. I love New Zealand. You're welcome here, Raglander. Anytime you want to join us, you're my mate now.
Yes.
And
watch our shows on our YouTube channel as well. We have a lot of shows there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, you can catch us also on YouTube, YouTube TV, Roku, Tubi TV, Amazon Prime. You can catch us on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Music. You can catch us also on Spotify, Podbean. Oh, good Lord. Amelia, I just had a brain fart.
88.7 right behind you.
Yeah. Everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
We're like, I tell people we're like horse shit. We're spread everywhere. Well, listen, folks, for Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, for my friends El Ruffian, and I won't see you guys again till January. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. But I pray God that I'm still with everybody. My father always said tomorrow is promised to no one, but we try to be good. So I will not see you until after the new year. May God be with you, bless you, keep you. Amelia, be well, take care of yourself. Thank you for putting up with my craziness for 3 fucking years. Oh my God.
It'll be 3 years in January, won't it?
January will be 3 years. I can finally kick her ass the way I deserve to. Oh man, what a mess.
And we get to say Merry Christmas, right?
I'm going to say Merry Christmas in
That's
just
right.
a minute. You'll stop interrupting me and let me talk. She does this to me all the time. Folks, all the time. From the time I get here to the time I leave. Oh, my Lord. Anyway.
It's because I love everybody. That's why I have a loving heart.
Yeah, and El Ruffians, till next year, everybody
Yes,
be
till
good.
next
That's as simple as we could put it. Everybody be good. Be well, be happy. I just want everybody to remember that, every day's a blessing.
Yes.
It really is. And we're thankful. We are so grateful. Whether you believe in God or a higher power or, your inner self, and whatever mechanism you use for support, utilize it, embrace it. If you're a praying person, keep us in your prayers. We could both use it.
Yes.
Because Amelia's a hot fucking mess, and I've been hanging around with her for 3 years, and I'm a hot fucking mess too now.
Hey.
I was a normal person until I got you on here. And then you turned me into a lunatic like you. Even Lacey J. Dalton called me a fucking lunatic.
She did that on her own. She did that on her own twice. 3 times. No, 3 times.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, listen, folks. Amelia, thank you. Ruffian, Kenneth, Leon, Rosie.
And thank you as well.
Our friend Nettie in Japan. I haven't forgotten about you.
Yeah.
Nettie. Oh God, I forgot Nettie's last name. Oh well, what the hell? I forgot. But Nettie, you know who you are. All of our friends here at the show. Take care, folks. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a safe and Happy New Year. And Amelia?
Yes.
I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Angelo, for everything you've done for me and the show and everybody, the family, and we all love you.
You're quite welcome. You will spend the next 3 or 4 years thanking me for everything I've done for you. Get out of here.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, folks. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank me. How long you got?